What's something you believe coaches often overlook when working with young athletes?
That they're not small adults, that
Yeah,
they're young people, that there are other things going on in their lives. And again, I have to hold my hands up and say the thing I'm most guilty of is probably because I work with professionals and then I jump into working with the younger players. Is they're not professionals. There's other stuff going on in their lives. There's stressors going on. Teenage years are difficult.
yeah,
There's so much change going on in that young person's life that you have to be cognizant of everything that's happening in their life. And they're not going to tell you everything, right? But you've just got to check in with people and understand that basketball might be my life, my career, everything I do, but they've got school, they've got, friendships, they've got families, they've got travel, they're balancing so much as
true.
their bodies are changing, their minds are changing, there's so many decisions to make about where they want to go with their life in the future. Yeah, that those high school years are tough, man, and
Yeah,
understanding that um, and showing that you care, I think, is absolutely critical as a coach. But so yeah, I think just recognizing that the poor performance of a player might not be just a lack of effort. And I say I demand your best effort every day. So if they're not getting their best effort, your question then has to be, well, why am I not getting their best effort? What's going on?
yeah,
And is it just that they're not trying because they don't care? More often than not, that's not the case.
yeah,
More often than not, you've got to scratch beneath the surface and find out what's going on, and trying to see if you can support them. And sometimes you can help them through that, and sometimes you can't. And sometimes you can signpost them to something, and sometimes you can't. And you want to be able to help everybody all of the time, but sometimes you have to recognize that I'm not the person to help you right now, but maybe go speak to this person. And I've got some really good people that I work with within our youth program, within our Caledonia Blues program. Rona Lightbody, who does the commentary for Gladiators and was a
yes,
semi-pro player in Spain, played for Scottish national teams. She comes in and takes care of all the well-being stuff with our young athletes, and she's
amazing.
great because she's been where they want to go, right? And
Yeah, yeah,
she sees things. She's a PE teacher like you, so she's
yes, yeah.
understanding what's
Actually,
going
know
on
her. Funny
at
enough,
school. So she is invaluable to those young people because I'm an older male. I'm coaching teenage girls.
right?
In some ways I would love to be able to relate to them more, but I have to recognize they will relate more to a female role model, and sometimes a younger female role model. Even still, the pro players might be able to connect with them, or the older academy players might be able to connect with the younger ones better than I can.
Yeah,
So yeah, trying to recognize something's going on with this person. Am I the right person to deal with it? I remember saying to one of our older players in the team, saying, "Would you mind texting this person? I'm worried about them, but I'm not sure she'll respond to me."
mm,
And um, just trying to think in different ways of understanding what's going on in that young person's life that might be affecting their basketball. Um,
right.
because we've got to help. We want them to stay in love with the game,
Of
right?
course.
Ultimately, we want them to fall in love with, first of all, the game and then the grind to become pros, and recognize that not everybody wants to be a professional, and that's fine too. That recreational basketball is hugely valuable, that all the levels of basketball are hugely valuable, but that for a small few who want to make it a career, how can we really push you on and support you in that difficult journey?